What is up, you guys? So, Black Clover discussion video slash theory slash speculation. Just a Black Clover discussion slash theory. There we go. There we fucking go. But, anyways. This, theory video is basically on Asta's powers, and, basically, here's how it's gonna go. It's gonna be 3 segments in the video. The first segment, I'm just gonna talk about Asta's powers and stuff like that in general, and not only that, but I'm gonna also talk about the demons that dwell in Asta's individual blade. Then from that point on, it'll segue into segment number 2, which I'm solely gonna be talking about the magic absorption blade, Asta's second blade, and I do have a bit of speculation and theories and a theory on it, and I do have a theory on the demons in general. And so I guess that would be segment 2. So retract that. Segment 1, just solely the stuff about Asta's blades and stuff like that, the general stuff that you can just tell by reading the story. Then segment 2, I'm just gonna talk about Asta's demons and stuff like that in the individual blades, and tell you my speculation and theory on them. And segment 3, I'm gonna talk about what Asta could utilize. To help him in combat, because at some point in the series, Asta is gonna have to fight an opponent, strong opponents by himself. So not really strong opponent, like Magic Knight captains and stuff like that. Unless it's I'm talking about opponents that would actually be proven troublesome, but would give him a good fight, and he can actually legitimately beat without any ass pull or bullshit. So that's what I mean by that. And Asta, honestly, Asta hasn't really gotten into any major fights solo. Any major solo fight. Most of Asta's major fights were team battles throughout, and that's kind of the formula for Black Clover. Basically, it's just teaching you how to work together with other people and stuff like that. Making bonds with them and stuff like that. Kind of like fairy tale, kind of like that. But anyways, but at some point, Asta's gonna have to get into a solo battle, because his end game goal is to become the Sorcery Emperor, and he's gonna have to be powerful enough to where he can fend off strong opponents on his own, not just with a team. So yeah. But anywho, without further ado, let me just freaking dive in to the segment. So segment number 1, basically it's Asta's powers and stuff like that. So Asta, he had and this is the thing with Asta, because and let me talk about his character for a bit real quick. His powers kind of contradict what he's supposed to stand for, because Asta, he's basically your typical generic shonen male character, but this time he's kind of like the Naruto type character, where he's supposed to represent the underdog and stuff like that. But here's the thing, it kind of contradicts itself. Same thing could go to a degree Meteor Izuku. It kind of contradicts itself, because here's the thing, and I'm not saying it contradicts itself completely. I'm just saying to a certain degree, because think about it. Asta and Izuku, they were given the most overpowered some of the most overpowered abilities off the gate. Even though they were born it'd been much better to see. Wouldn't it have been much better to see if they went through the series, their respective series, with the whole without any advantage whatsoever, just completely themselves, no powers or ability whatsoever, and they make it through, and they bust their ass and actually make it through their series that way, instead of giving some of the most overpowered abilities within that respected verse. Asta was given the anti-magic blade and the magic absorption blade, which are two of the most overpowered abilities in that verse, in that given verse, since that verse is purely magic. So yeah, that's something right there. It kind of contradicts itself to a certain degree. Izuku, he was given One for All, which was one of the strongest quirks out there, off the gate, So we know that these two are going to be extraordinarily powerful within their respected series at the end of the day. But this kind of like makes it easier for them, honestly. But anywho, enough of that. Sorry, but but you know, it's just the way it is. It's the way it is. But I just kind of like felt like, you know, just pointing that out there. But anywho, Aster, he has the ability to negate magic and absorb magic via depending on his blades, and both blades, and it's confirmed by Vet, both blades, they have an individual demon dwelling inside them. And I actually speculated about this before, because I thought it was one of two things. Either there's just one demon inside Aster's grimoire itself, or like there was two individual demons within each blade. No, there was one individual demon within each blade that Aster possesses. So that's what I thought, and it was either A or B. So turns out it's B. So, and that's the way it is. So basically, Aster, he has a pretty powerful ability, but he has limiters on his abilities. He has limits to what he can do with those abilities, because Aster can't just like, oh, somebody just blasts it, like just sends out like a massive wave of fire magic, consuming the entire area, and then Aster is like, you know, and then it's all negated or completely absorbed. No, he actually has to physically basically Aster is only good at close combat. He's better now when it comes to range attacks, since he has ki, and he can predict where the attack is gonna be, where the attack might be, and then actually react to it in time. But that still doesn't but Aster can still get speed blitz. He can also, or overpowered. Not only that, but I don't see it wouldn't help him against DC moves that consume a wide area of effect, like moves that have a area effect, such as Lotus when he used his when he uses fog magic. Well, yeah, I think it was his fog magic, and it had a massive AOE. So basically, I don't think Aster he's still gonna need help with he's still gonna need more training to do better against things like AOE moves, moves with massive DC that takes up a lot of the area. He's still gonna need help with fast techniques, like people who could speed blitz him completely, and people who could just overpower him with pure strength, like Vet did. But anywho, with that said, let me and I'm gonna get back onto that when back onto the whole thing of what Aster needs to work on segment 3. Segment 2, I'm gonna talk about the demons now. All right, so when it comes to Aster's demons, basically here's how it is. I think, and I kind of have a theory about it. And honestly, when it comes to his second demon in particular, the magic absorption blade, honestly, I did feel like it was now that I look back and read the story and stuff like that, it was kind of a plot device. The second anti-magic blade, but because how is it just conveniently there in that dungeon? And not only that, but that dungeon, even though it's been there for years, it was just recently discovered. So that was the thing. That was the thing right there. It was just recently surfaced up. But yeah. But anywho, so I'm assuming that it's been there for an extremely long period of time, because when it comes to this dungeon the dungeon that they were in during the dungeon exploration arc, it was a brand new dungeon that just surfaced up and it was discovered. So it's how did the freaking second anti-magic blades get here when this thing just surfaced up after who knows how many freaking decades, maybe centuries. So that was really weird. So maybe it surfaced up every 25 years or something like that, because that's a generation in the Sylph Scroll. One of the four elements, the Wind Spirit, the Sylph. Sorry, I'm sorry with my pronunciation, but fuck it. She was discovered there, so maybe it opens once every 25 years. But like I said, it was a brand new dungeon, so I don't know what's going on there. I really don't know what's going on there. So honestly, when it comes to this, I did find it a bit weird. But anywho, here's the thing: Aster, he's able to absorb, and not only that, but he can take magic from his allies and send it off as a projectile. And when it came to this, I was like, is it just his allies they can do this from? And so far, it's only been his allies. But he's only used it twice. That's the thing. He's only used the projectile attack twice. One with Noelle and a few times with, and technically 2 times with Gucci. But multiple if you include the Mirror Brigade. But yeah. And here's my theory on that. I think Aster's demons they do have a mind of their own. And when it came to the second demon, he basically specifically chose the magic that was needed for the situation at hand. For example, when Aster was going against Mars was using fire magic to heal himself, and they needed to douse the flames. And before Noelle could douse the flames, she got her chest ripped open. And so the demon, he took Noelle's water magic ability, and basically so Aster could send out a wave of water, and so he could douse the flames. And when it came to the situation with Gucci, I forgot what was his name again, Baro or something like that, like the older brother of Nerju, the one that turned into a giant mud golem after Sally injected him with a syringe. Like basically, he the only attack that was proven effective was Gucci's mirror attack. But like when Asta utilized it, that was it gave it a devastating blow because it had a cutting element to it, and but like it could still regenerate. So basically, I guess given that situation, because the demon chose to take Gucci's powers because it knew it proved like much more effective than I don't know, maybe Nerju's power, but Nerju like could have possibly froze him. So I did find that kind of weird. But anywho, so that's my take with that. So, and I really hope it's the case, because that would make a lot of sense that the demon chooses the magic to take specifically, because honestly, it's like I wish Asta could utilize this more, to where instead of just using just taking an ally's magic, he could just take his opponent's magic and stuff like that, use it right back at them, or use it to counter one of their attacks, and stuff like that. So that's what I kind of hope Asta could do at some point, because at some point he's gonna have to fight on his own, and he can't just keep relying on an ally to be there and give him freaking powers. But anyways, that's just what I think as of now. It could change later. There is another way that Aster could be that this could happen, and Aster specifically takes his allies' powers. And honestly, I hope it's not this, but it could be due to the bonds they have or something like that. Oh man, it sounds scary, but it's shonen. It could be due to the bonds. The bonds they had and stuff like that, because Aster and Gucci had a bond, and then he basically was able to gain Gucci's magic and stuff like that. And I really hope that's not the case. I really do. But it seems like Noelle, and I remember Noelle, she tried to give Aster her magic too, at some point, like I think it was during the Castletown invasion arc. Noelle tried to give Aster some of her magic, but maybe that's possible too, that she the magic absorption blade can absorb Noelle's magic and then utilize it at its own. But then I found that kind of weird, since Aster sliced the magics of his opponents and stuff like that, and he can't use their magic. So then I find that really weird then. So yeah. So maybe it could be the bond thing, but I really hope not. And I really hope it's just that the demon itself, it chooses the specific magic that would be proven most effective during that given situation. So that's my overall thoughts on that, and on that really. Tell me what you guys think about that. But moving on to segment number 3. So segment 3, and I had to go step out for a bit, but segment 3. Basically, when it comes to Aster battle wise, Aster, like, from beginning of the series to now, he's kind of been the same with a few changes. Obviously, the biggest change was him learning Ki and stuff like that. So now he can have like an idea of where his opponents are gonna attack and stuff like that, and predict his movement by utilizing all of his senses. And when it comes to, and I guess him remaining, I guess, being calmer, because I don't know how going buck wild and going gung ho is being calm in battle and stuff like that. I'm just saying. But and throughout the series, when it comes to Aster and like, would you call him a swordsman? No, really, because all Aster does is just swing and focus on and rely on instinct and stuff like that throughout most of the series before you learn Ki. And he still does that. He has no swordsmanship training whatsoever. He had none. And all Aster do is like, yeah, swing. I'm gonna be Sorcery Emperor. Yeah, despair, you lose. That shit. That's all Aster does. I'll shit you not. Like, that's all Aster does. He should be getting more Ki training, because if that's just it, then it's like, really, like with the Ki, with learning Ki. But all right, let me break it down for you. From what I've seen thus far in the series Black Clover and stuff like that, Aster, I would say, when it comes to his overall attack potency, I think DC or attack potency or something like that, I'd say he's around. I'd say Aster could destroy a small building. There, I'd say Aster could destroy probably a small building, not anything more than that, because you have to take into consideration throughout the series all the stuff that Aster's done, and that's just me being generous about the small building thing. Like, honestly, like, throughout all the things that Aster's done, most of it was because he has anti-magic. You have to remember that. So a shit ton of the things that Aster was able to do was solely because he had anti-magic, and that was it. So when it comes to Aster, basically, like, when it comes to DC, I'd say he's just probably like, generously at best, he's probably small building level. Physical movement and attack speed, I'd say supersonic plus. Like, I really say that. But when it comes to his reaction speed, I'd say hypersonic, maybe hypersonic plus. That's where I'd put Aster at, honestly. But anyways, there's also, like, the whole thing with when it comes to durability, Aster, he has taken hits quite often and stuff like that. So when it comes to durability, I'd put him at, I'd just be generous and put him at small building level too. So there. Like, overall, like, DC and stuff like that, I put him at small building level. Durability, small building level. Reaction speed, hypersonic to hypersonic plus. Attack speed, supersonic plus. Physical movement, supersonic plus. And that would be it. Like, I wouldn't say, because, like, when it comes to Black Clover, here's the thing. Black Clover, it does have some hacks abilities, but it kind of sucks when it comes to overall destructive capacity and AoE. It really does. So yeah, that's the thing with Black Clover right there. Like, I mean, I remember seeing on Versus Battle Wikia, like, it's a calc site, they had Aster gauge at city block level, and I'm like, when the fuck did he, like, what did he fucking do to put him on city block level? Because you have to take into consideration that a lot of the shit Aster does, like, a lot of the shit Aster destroys is made out of magic, and Aster's ability is to negate and absorb magic. So that's the problem right there with Aster when it comes to Aster and his powers. But anyways, as I was saying, Aster, like, I think he should have more Ki training. Not only that, but he should also be able to, I think he should, since Yami is a swordsman, I think it'll state that he was a swordsman of some kind. I think he should pick up swordsmanship from Yami, and so he could utilize that in his overall combat repertoire, because that way he will be more combat savvy, and be able to face off against opponents that he would probably normally have a difficult time against. So that's what I think, and not only that, but I think he should train more so he could be able to utilize the magic absorption blade, so where he could actually absorb magic and just send it out as a projectile attack without requiring the assistance of his allies. I honestly do. But like I said, I think I still have the whole theory on, you know, the demons having a mind of their own and stuff like that. And the second demon, he specifically chooses, due to the circumstances that they're in, he specifically chooses which type of magic they need to during that situation. So that's what I believe, and he takes that person's magic and utilizes it as its own. So that's what I believe when it comes to the whole demon thing. It could still be the whole bonds thing, but that's like really, and yeah, it's shonen, yeah, shonen, but it's like really, that's so, that wouldn't be surprising, honestly. But anyways, what else could Asta utilize? Like maybe like this is probably gonna be later in the series, much later in the series, but Asta could contact, like, the demons could actually like talk to Asta in a way, or somehow, and actually teach him how to use them properly, how to use the swords properly. That could be another thing. So yeah, but that's just my thoughts so far. Like, so Asta, yeah, he really does have to physically improve himself. That's because that's mainly Asta's gist, since he's a close combat fighter. He literally has to improve himself much more physically, so that's obvious right there. So that's what I think Asta should do, but that's why I speculate, actually. I'm pretty sure, like, Tabayuki, I don't know. Well, it's his manga at the end of the day, so I don't know where he's gonna go with it and stuff like that. I'm looking to see how he takes it, like how he takes it with Asta. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, really. I got through point number 1, which was basically the whole shit about Asta's powers, and I did deviate a bit talking about Asta's like what Asta stands for and stuff like that. So sorry about that again. Wait, no, yeah, and I talked about point number 2, which was the demons, and my whole theory on the second demon and stuff like that, and number 3, and yeah, number 3 too, which was what I think Asta should do to, like, be a better fighter. So, like, training wise. But anywho, tell me what you guys think. Do you agree with some of the things I said? Do you disagree? Be sure to let me know if there's anything I missed. And yeah, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.